You know, there's a whole lot of data out in the real world that can be collected. Points like these trees, bushes, shrubs, pH values in these ravines down here, buildings out in the distance. There's line data that can be collected. For example, these trails that go around this lake down there, the paths of rivers, highways, etc. And there's also polygons, the lakes themselves, the perimeters of these buildings, the perimeter of these property lines. All of that can be collected with a GPS, a Global Positioning System receiver. And once that data is collected, it can be stored in a series of latitude and longitude coordinates. And those coordinates can be output into several different formats of files. One of those formats is a CSV, a comma separated value format. One of those is a plain old text file. One of those is an Excel spreadsheet. And there's a whole bunch of others that we could talk about. So in this video, let's chat about how to bring those coordinates into ArcGIS Online. You may be wondering if those GPX files that you can drag onto ArcGIS Online are only US based, or does it work anywhere in the world? Actually, it works anywhere in the world. Anytime or anywhere you've got GPS coordinates inside these GPX files, you can drag them into ArcGIS Online and start analyzing patterns. Let's demonstrate. I have a file here of waypoints that I collected while I was teaching a GPS GIS workshop in Tunis in Tunisia. Let's start with a world map. And here is my GPX file from that GPS GIS Institute that I just mentioned. I'm going to drag it over to my map. Drag the file onto my map. Okay, there are my points. As you can see, I was right next to the Mediterranean Sea here in Tunisia. Let's go ahead and zoom in a bit. And this cluster of points represents my location. I'm going to zoom in quite tightly now. This GPX file contains the GPS coordinates from my location in central Tunis out to the conference site. And as you can see, we were right next to the Mediterranean Sea, and on the boundary, this road that straddles these two lagoons. Let's go ahead and zoom in there. Let's change the base map now to a Bing Maps aerial. Now I see the conference site. But you know what? I can't see my points very well, so I think I'll click on here and change my symbols. I've changed my symbols now, and now I'm going to apply. Okay, I've changed my line symbol, and I've changed my point symbols. And I can see my route through the parking lot, collecting points. I walked to the end of this peninsula where there are a bunch of trees. Also, what's kind of interesting is inside the convention center, my GPS actually was picking up a track. Because of the ceiling of the convention center being what it was, it would actually read 4 or 5 satellites. You can see a lot of zingers here, these lines that sort of go off, like this one going off into the field when it truly lost its position a bit. But still, I was quite thrilled that I could collect some GPS coordinates inside the building. But the point is that this works anywhere in the world. And so I'm going to zoom out and take a look at my track and my waypoints a bit more. And there I was in the wonderful city of Tunis. So let's summarize. What have we done? We've dragged a GPX file, which was right here, over to ArcGIS Online. We can instantly map it, and now we can save it. We can share it with a group of colleagues or with anyone in the world. We can change the symbols to start looking at patterns. And there's a whole lot more we can do with this that we'll explain in other videos. Thanks.